The Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And this portion of the Coaches Show is brought to you by Middle Tennessee Electric, serving our community by providing affordable, reliable, and safe electricity. Online at mte.com. John Dinkins back with you, and here we are just going down the road to Rockvale High School. Rockvale land, the home of Luker, the Luker land.
Luker
what I call it. Yeah. And Wendell Ingram, the head coach of the Rockvale boys. And let's talk a little bit about the start you've had. I know your schedule's been – who made that out? Was it you?
Man,
Can I blame you for that or Hockenberry?
I think I was running fever, and I was a little sad when Hockenberry left, and all that mixed in together. Now,
just couldn't handle
someone should have took my phone when I said yes to these people.
I'm telling you, you have played some powerhouses, and right now I know you're not exactly where you want to be, but I think you see some good things that are happening with the Rockvale Rockets.
Yes, sir. We like I said, we didn't schedule lightly, and the thing about it is, we're not worried about our record here in November and December. We're trying to get better for January and February, and to where we can play in March. Once district play starts, nobody's going to ask, how did you guys do in November? They're going to be able to see the steps that we've made to be able to compete in January. Like I said, we've played Ensworth, Lipscomb, Page, Nolensville. All of those teams right there is going to probably lead their packs. And, went to Green Hills the other night. And so we're going to go out there and play teams to try to get better. It helps our guys out in the long run.
I know conversation, if that means anything to you, they worry about the Rockvale Rockets. You're a team that I think people are a little concerned about. You've got some talent and you can play ball. And I think down the road that's going to pay off for you totally, because I know Rockvale's always trying to put all of that together. You got to play tough teams. You can't just the record might be great, but you'd rather play tough competition.
Yes, sir. Like every game so far this season, we've played 11 guys. No matter what the score is, we're going to play 11 guys, because the thing about it is, I take this. Most teams we have tryouts in late spring and in November. My tryout is every night. I want to be able to see who I can trust when we're playing a team like Blackman in the district games or district tournament, and see who I can trust to throw out there. And every last one of those guys got my respect. Every one of those guys got the green light. They can shoot the ball. Scoring columns. I got a sophomore who plays JV most of the time that comes into the game the other night, hits 2 threes. He hits a big 3 last night, Jay Nevins, that, was just going to be a great kid. Kaysen is going to be really good, sophomore. Dallas, sophomore, that's getting some big minutes. So we're asking for sophomores to go out there and get better right now, because we're going to need those guys in January.
Wendell, when you look at your district and how tough all these teams are, everybody's kind of looking at things. Do you look for the preseason kind of for depth too? Because you're playing 11 guys and somebody shows out. It's kind of like the kids you're talking about playing on JV, hitting 2 threes, big surprise, but yet you kind of know in your heart whether they're going to be able to play for you guys or not. But it really helps to get an opportunity to see all these guys.
We preach it in practice all the time. Our practices are very intense. I don't even think we stretch for about 30 seconds. We go right into fast-paced drills, because we want to start a game the same way that we practice, and that's fast, up-tempo. We believe in defense. We believe in playing to the end. If you got the lead on us in the fourth quarter, you can't go and put your bench in. Ensworth tried that, and we cut it down on them, and they put their starters right back in. He shot me a text message later on that night and said, he said, you guys are the team that no one's going to want to see in January. We play tough. They got 2 kids that's going to probably go Power 5 in college, and we they did great, but that helped us to prepare for the Seagulls, which got a Carter Webb that can score at will. That prepares us for the Blackmans that got Garrison Edie and guys like that over there. So, like I said, right now yes, our record ain't what it needs to be, but if you look at who we're playing and where those teams are going to be at in January, February, March, you can kind of see why we scheduled those games.
Well, let's talk about a few of those. Elijah France scored 21 points in a big win, a big 20-point win over Mount Juliet, and Ty Newton, and you got several there that can put it in the basket.
And those two guys, if you look at that, we was led by Elijah 21, Ty 17. We win by 20 at Mount Juliet, but I didn't have a Malachi Long or a Caleb Lewis last night. Malachi had a death in the family, so he was out of town. Caleb Lewis got hurt doing warm-up against Ezel Harden on Thursday night. So we're showing teams that, yes, we got scores that score, but we ain't 100% yet. Mm-hmm. If we would have had those two guys last night, it probably would have been pretty bad for Mount Juliet last night.
I mean, Caleb is a big scorer too.
Can score at will. So you're looking at two of our top 4 scorers that didn't even play last night, and we still win by 20. Defensively, we didn't look too bad last night, but we still got some stuff to work on, and it's gonna be really exciting come January on what it opens up to.
One thing too that Rockvale does that I don't know that every team does this. You play a lot of games. I mean, you're not scared to play anybody, and you play a bunch of them. You play on Thursday nights. You'll play on a Monday night. if they're available to play, you'll play them.
Strategically, the Thursday nights is because we may end up playing a team that's not going to bring a big crowd. But if you're the only team in the area, you're going to attract people in. Like I scheduled Innsworth on a Thursday night because I knew nobody else around here would be playing.
Good. That's a good procedure. That's a good way to think it.
So there was a great gate. I had kids from PCA, way up. Everybody came because, one, you're going to watch 2 kids to play that's going to probably go to the NBA. I mean, those kids from Innsworth are great players. You got a 7-2 kid. How often can you say you play against a 7-2 kid that's going to probably go to the league? But we was battling with them for 3 quarters, and then they got a edge on us a little bit. And but when you can look around the gym and you can see players that played high school basketball years ago, they come back and watch you play, it does something to the boys because that prepares us for the district tournament as well.
Yeah, you talk about preparing. How many times are you going to see a 7-2 guy? I mean,
not at all.
And the opportunity to get to play him, a lot of people wouldn't want to play him.
No, they wouldn't. And we did it again. We pushed the start of the girls' game was 5:00, boys 6:30, so we could say, hey, we're not going to hold your night up, but we want you to come out and watch some good basketball. To be able to watch a team like that, Innsworth, $7 at the gate to watch a kid that's going to probably go to the NBA, whereas tickets is going to probably be $100 and something later on. That's good. I mean, I think last I heard, they're going to commit to like Michigan. So, and then the next night we play Lipscomb Academy, which they have a scorer, Cam Levins, that scored 30 against us, and he's been averaging 30 a game, I think, from what I was told. Great football player. I think he's getting looked at from everybody from Tennessee to Alabama. But that's back-to-back games. So, again, if you're not trying to prepare yourselves for the district tournament to where you play a Blackman on a Friday, you turn around and play a Siegel on a Saturday or something like that or vice versa, it's not helping you out to go out here and schedule teams that just put a basketball team together last year. It's not going to help you.
Wendell Ingram, our guest here on the Prentice Awesome Heating and Air Coach's Corner, head coach of the Rockvale Rockets. I know you're going to take a few days off here before Christmas, and now what's the plan for after Christmas, and what's been in store for the Rockvale Rockets?
We're going to travel to West Tennessee on Friday. We're going to play in a tournament down there, Hub City Classic. Several teams from Memphis, teams that was in the state last year. You're going to see that's going to be down there as well. That's going to prepare us to be able to get a little bit tougher for teams like, your Lavernes, your Oaklands, your Siegels, and Blackmans and Riverdales and things like that. And the way, I've been watching some film on Stewart's Creek as well, which could be a region team that we play against. That's going to prepare us for those type of game speed that they do. They get up and down the court just like we do. We're going to play that one, and then we're going to play at Centennial January 3rd. Laverne January 10th, and then we go to Oakland on January 14th. So again, I don't know who had my phone when I made the schedule. I don't know,
but I'm really worried about that guy, that schedule maker. Laverne's got a really good team too.
Yes. So me and Coach Rutland, we text each other all the time, and both of our records are kind of similar, but if you look at who we've been playing, we don't run from nobody. So that's going to be a good game on a Friday night at Laverne. It's going to probably be a packed house. So it's going to get us ready for Oakland. Hopefully we can get out of that game and be 100% ready for Oakland on that 14th.
And the bottom line to all of it is it's how you're playing at tournament time. And teams that can stay healthy and can play well usually have a really good shot. And you did that last year. You made a run last year and the year before. I mean, it's always been you guys seem to play better toward the end of the season. I know that's the goal really is to be playing your best then.
And I tell them that I make some inside jokes with them. We got guys like Jeff Neal who comes to the games. Mm-hmm. And so one of the boys the other night said, "Hey, Coach, Mr. Neal is at the door. He wants to talk to you." And I ended my speech with them guys. I said, "Hey, I want to continue our season in March, not going in front of Jeff Neal. I want to go in front of WGNS on Saturdays because the longer you keep coming here on Saturdays, that means you're still in there. I'm not ready to quit talking to you guys, so I want to talk to y'all guys at least to the third week of March."
That's a good way to see it. Look at it. And final question: I know Christmas is coming. You got all your Christmas shopping done?
Man, so it's this one person gift that I hadn't got yet, and.
You want to say who that is?
Man, my wife Tracy, man, she's probably one of the
I didn't think you were going to say that on the air. Okay.
I'm gonna say it, man. She's my biggest supporter, man. If I don't get her gift, I'm gonna be at this radio station. There'll
be somebody else doing the coach's show.
I love her to death, man. But she's my biggest supporter, so I got to take her today. So
and you know what you got, what you're going to get her, kind of. You got it planned.
I can't get her socks because they got her Mother's Day, I think. So I got to get her something else.
No, I wouldn't give her socks, Coach. You got to come up with a little something better than that.
Yes, sir.
Have a good Christmas, by the way.
You guys too. And Merry Christmas to everyone.
All right, that's Coach Ingram, the head coach of the Rockvale Rockets, and always good to talk to him. And this portion of the show brought to you by First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. If you're looking for a hometown feel with your bank, turn to the First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, offering full-service banking and mortgage services. We're going to talk Seagull basketball. That's Danny Brewer coming up next.
How about a fix? Tooth. Donut Country is open 24 hours a day to cure your cravings. They've been serving up the freshest donuts